got to sit down with one of our favourite actors and comedians of all time. Are you there?
No, I'm here. I think I'm here. There I am.
There's a big cake in the way because Amy Poehler, a legend of Saturday Night Live and Parks and Recreation, is here to promote her new Pixar film, Inside Out 2.
Amy, it's so wonderful to have you in the country. Thanks for being with us.
I'm thrilled to be back. It's always a good luck charm to start here. I was here 9-10 years ago for the first film, and it went pretty well. So it feels really good to start here and start talking about the film in Australia.
Well, we were at the Opera House with you the other night, so we saw half an hour of Inside Out 2. I'm a big Pixar head.
Same.
I just love them. And so Riley's now growing up. She's a teenager. More emotions start to come into her head.
Yeah.
Describe how that affects Joy.
Yeah, so when we catch her, Joy thinks to herself, she's 12, we've done it. We did our job. Everything's perfect. Nothing's going to change. And then the puberty alarm is hit. The button is pushed. And suddenly headquarters is invaded with all these new emotions, complicated ones. Anxiety, embarrassment, envy, ennui, which is French for boredom.
Yeah.
And they move in. And so Pixar just does it better than anyone, which is they take these really big ideas. They go really deep, but you don't realize that's happening. You're just enjoying the comedy and the adventure and the characters. And so I think they've done it again. They've managed to take this big, emotional, esoteric idea and make it into some beautiful, juicy, funny stuff.
Welcome to headquarters embarrassment. Oh, we're doing a fit. No. Oh, nope, going high. Oh, you got a real sweaty palm there, buddy.
That's part of the magic, isn't it? They have such a beautiful way of articulating what is so hard to articulate.
Yes.
Being a part of this production, though, did it bring back some of your own adolescent emotions back to the surface?
Yes, and you know what you realize is that one does not have to be a teenager to be anxious, that's for sure. It brings back this memory of what we keep doing over and over again in our lives, which is trying to figure out what do we care about, who are we, what kind of person are we. It's like an existential crisis doesn't just happen at 13. It happens at 23 and 33 and 43 and hopefully 53. But it did remind me of that tumultuous time when you're a teen and the stuff that's going on inside your head and how you have to kind of separate from your family and your friends become really important.
As a mother of teens, one of the questions we wanted to ask you was, what is the emotion that you most relate to in the movie, and why is it anger?
Oh my God, I was gonna say anger. That's so funny. I think if there was an emotion, like joy is actually kind of parental in the film. She's the mom, and what hit me so deeply and what I loved is that in the film, she realizes that she might not be as needed as she once was, and she has to decide, is that what growing up means? That you have less joy? It's really deep. But no, what it means is you have to make room for it, but you have to kind of separate a little bit from the childish things. So I relate to joy, I relate to anxiety, I relate to anger for sure, fear, all of them. The only one maybe I don't relate to as a parent is ennui, is boredom, because it's never boring. That's one thing it never is.
No, it's busy.
It's busy.
Yeah, do you have kids?
Yeah.
Yes, two.
Okay.
Three.
Mom of two boys.
Twins as well.
We're deep in it.
Okay, you're in it, yeah.
I think everything that you do in your work and in your professional life is so relatable to so many of us, not just as parents, but you have an enormous fan base here in Australia. And I think we kind of speak your language in a way, but I have definitely found your biggest fan in Australia.
Okay.
And I want to introduce you to her.
Very good.
Her name is Claire. She is my sister. And she works in local government, and she is essentially Leslie Knope. She came with me on Monday night, and I want to show you this video. I'm probably going to go off camera here.
God bless her.
But this is the moment she thinks we made eye contact with her on the red carpet. She's crying.
Oh my!
Happy tears.
She actually looks like we could be related.
Okay, you've just made her life.
We could be
She could probably
related.
die happy now, knowing that you just said that, because she did go there in the hope that you might maybe become a best friend or a family member one day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think this is the magic of what you do, is that you relate to people so beautifully. And you did that as Leslie Knope in, I think, attacking the ordinary in
Yeah.
every day and the importance of the ordinary.
That was what was so fun about that show. It actually is very Australian.
It is.
Yeah.
Parks and Rec. Because, you know, at the end of the day, it's a workplace comedy, but we just took very small problems and tried to tackle them. But the bigger idea was really nice, which is, you know, why do people go into public service? Why do they try to make anything happen? Can one person, you know, have any impact on anyone else's life? And it was so fun to make that show because it was the best cast at a time. It was a different time. It would be hard, I think, to make the show now. It would be a different kind of show. But there was just so many good jokes. It was so silly. It didn't take itself very seriously. And I have so many people still that come up to me and say, I'm the Leslie Knope of my office, which I think means you're, you know, a little bossy, optimistic,
Super positive.
positive, probably.
You're a leader.
Yeah. Yes.
A
Thank
good
you.
an excellent rapper.
Thank you. Excellent. Yeah.
I can't believe it. I made a mistake. My parents are the same, no matter time nor place. So to all you kids all across the land, no need to argue. Parents just don't understand.
That's really what I want to be known for. If we take away anything from this interview.
Well, the rapping is
rapping.
interesting because one of the things that you talked about the other night, one of the memories you had of SNL was rapping in front of Sarah Palin for Sarah Palin.
Right.
Like basically 27 months pregnant.
That's right.
And so that was, we went back and looked at it again, and it is really funny with that
Wild.
memory of like, you gave birth 7 days later?
Yeah, I think it was 7 days later. There's when you're a very heavily pregnant woman, you're quite dangerous. It's kind of exciting. You're walking around with like something that may go off at any moment. People move out of your way.
Yeah.
You can get away with a lot.
My name is Sarah Palin. You all know me, Vice President nominee of the GOP.
How was Sarah's reaction to that?
You know, it was anyone that comes on that show from any walk of life already, like the fact that they show up and arrive is pretty impressive. You don't have to come and be made fun of. That is not your job. You know, you don't get in trouble if you don't come. So that time period when I was there during that American election cycle was wild. Every single day, something was happening. It was an amazing time to be a woman doing sketch comedy. There were so many characters to play and people to play. It was, I mean, it feels like a million years
Well,
ago.
there was Hillary Clinton too, and you
Yeah.
had to do
It
Hillary
was-
to Hillary.
Yes, in fact,
Was that terrifying for you? Or?
it's always a little terrifying to
Right.
do someone in front of someone. In the same way, it's terrifying if someone tells you, if someone does an impression of you to you, isn't it horrifying?
Well, I've never had that.
No,
happen.
no,
Oh, you
no.
haven't?
Not as famous yet.
No one's trying to do us.
Well, how about does anyone ever say, you know who you look like? And that's never,
Yeah, I get that.
that never
I get
works
that a
out
fair
well.
bit. Yeah, we get that a fair
Yeah.
bit.
I would love to ask because so many of us, when we've had a long day, we go home and put on Parks and Rec
Yeah, we do.
to unwind, to laugh, to have some enjoyment in our lives. When you've had a big day, what do you go home and put
Okay, I don't watch comedy because it feels like a busman's holiday. I like to watch old Law and Order, like
Okay.
you know, old New York,
SVU
Gritty.
or old school?
way old school,
Right,
like
right.
the original. I like to watch Judge Judy.
Yes.
I love Below Deck
loud.
Australia.
Sometimes it's funny, Judge Judy.
She's the best. Let's see. I love Below Deck Australia. It's where I learned everything I need to know about Australia. Let's see. And I watch a lot of darker stuff, I think, because if it's, you know, comedy, the best thing about the pandemic was that so many people said they put on that show and it was like, you know, a comfort to them. And I think comedy in general becomes this place you want to visit. You want to just go back and see those characters and see how it gets fixed. I like the opposite when I'm watching. When I want to check out, I want to watch something that's
Dark and miserable.
dark and miserable. Yeah.
Well, it's been such an honor to sit here with you. We're
Thank
such
you.
enormous fans, and we also want to make this our final pitch. Just to, when
Okay.
you're back in Australia, that we're your best friends now.
We could maybe like do Galentine's sometime.
Together, yeah, we'd love to do Even I'll do Galentine's too.
He's definitely
I'm
pitching
definitely a
to
big
them.
Do you make a good jaffle?
100%.
The best.
What do you put in yours?
Mine would be baked beans and cheese.
Okay, that's good. And
Leftover bolognese and cheese.
this is what I'm hearing: bolognese, spaghetti in your sandwich.
No, we really leveled them up here.
Yeah, I need to get a Jaffle machine and
100%.
park it here for a couple months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's do it up.
We can help you out
do
with
it.
that.
The answer is yes.
Thank you so
Thank you
much
so
for
much.
giving us some time. It's so lovely to chat.
Thank you.
You said yes.
Which emotion are you channeling right now?
Today we're all joy, aren't we?
Yeah, we're
Because
all
we
joy.
That was just joyous. Inside Out 2 will be in cinemas on June 13th. Thanks to Amy Poehler and the team for allowing us to have that long chat.
She
with
was
her.
wonderful. She was so generous, and the movie, the 30 minutes of it that we saw,
Yep. I'm
was
sorry.
fabulous,
It was
wasn't
fabulous.
it? It
We
was
loved it.
fabulous.
Hey there, Today fans. Sarah and
What's my name again?
oh my goodness, Carl.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel, though. Subscribe now for more news, special reports, and amazing Aussie stories.
And Carl misbehaving,
Whoa,
of course.
that never happens.
always happens.
What's she talking about?
Always happens.